today we are going to work on proving the geometric relationships. What we will do? We are given with some proofs, and we must know there are different methods to prove a statement. Once we learn that there is a method which is two-column proof, okay, that we made two columns. In one column we were writing the statements, and the next column we were writing the reasoning. There is another method which is known as flowchart method, and there is another in which we are writing the proofs in terms of a paragraph. Okay. So usually, which pattern you have to choose, it is your choice. It is not obligatory that this time you have to choose this one or that one. Okay. But our main concern is that we are going to work on some geometry, we are given with some geometric relation, and we will try to prove them by using the different method. The steps are same, the logics will be same, but their writing style would be different. Okay, so I think there will be no confusion on that. For example, look at the first example that we have to prove that any number of right angles, whenever there are right angles, they are congruent. Okay, whenever there
So
are
you
two
have to
angles
prove that right angles
are
have
congruent.
congruent are
Yeah.
congruent.
Yeah, for example, if you have one right angle here, let's make it clear. Okay, there is another right angle, there is another right angle, something like that. Okay, any
You have
number
to
of
prove that all of these are
are congruent.
congruent to each other.
Yeah, they are congruent to each other. Okay, so what we are given? We are given that angle one and angle two are right angles, and what we have to prove? We have to prove that they are congruent.
Angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent.
Okay. Now, if angle 1 is right angle, that means angle 1 that is equals to 90 degree, right?
Right.
Because it is a right angle and it is done by the definition. Again,
And angle 2 is also a right angle,
but
which is
I
90
think
degrees.
it is better to write measure of that angle. This is very important. I already
Oh,
explained this.
because they measure to 90
Here
degrees.
they measure to 90. Excellent. So this is also 90 degree, right? Now you can see the left side, the right side of both of them are equal. That means the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle
Measure of equal to.
2. Okay, when their measures are equal, that means the angles are congruent. Okay, by using the definition of congruent angles. Okay, so
Hmm.
very easy, very quick proof. We completed it by this method. We can write that what is this? This is the definition of right angle. We wrote both steps. Then we use the transitive property, and then we use the definition of the congruent triangle. You can see this is the same proof that is being written here. The first sentence we wrote that angle 1 and angle 2 are right angles. We were given with that. Because angle 1 and angle 2 are right angles, so their measures are 90 degrees. Then their measures are 90 degrees. We apply the transitive property of equality, and then by using the definition of congruency, we can write that they are congruent, right? Okay. Now there is other way. We are using the same proof with a different method. Can you explain me how they did that? This is a flowchart proof. Very easy. They wrote the first
First,
step.
they took what was given.
Hmm.
Then they also from what was given, they knew that right angles are equal to 90 degrees, so they put that measure of angle 1 is equal to 90 degrees and measure of angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees. Then they also, since they're equal to measure, so since they're both equal to 90 degrees, they concluded that measure 1 would be equal to measure 2. And then
Okay.
they applied the definition of congruent angles, so since they are the same, so they put angle 1 is congruent to angle 2.
Exactly. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Very easy proof, but the method of writing the proof in different ways is different. Okay. Look at one. Look at this question. this is unsolved. Okay, copy and complete the flowchart proof. We have to prove that given that angle AB, sorry, this is not angle AB, this is segment AB is perpendicular to the segment BC. What does that mean? That means at B we have 90 degree, right? So segment AB, this is the sign for perpendicular. What this sign shows, if two lines are perpendicular, we use this sign. Okay, and if two lines are parallel, we use this symbol. Okay, so there are different symbols that you must know. Alright, so look at that. Segment AB is perpendicular to the segment BC, and the segment DC is perpendicular to the segment BC.
BC.
Okay, and we have to prove that angle at B and the angle at C, they both are equal. Okay, so
Wait, what is perpendicular? It's like where it's 90
they
degrees?
yeah, they
Wait.
intersect at 90 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So because AB is perpendicular to BC, that means the angle between them, that the angle measure angle, I'm writing it here, that means the measure angle A, B, C. Why I'm writing that? Because the angle is at the central point. Okay. So measure angle ABC is 90 degree.
And
Okay.
BCD measures to 90 degrees.
Measure BCD is also 90 degree. Okay. If the both are equal, that means I can write from this that measure angle ABC, that is equals to measure of angle BCD. That means angle ABC is congruent to angle BCD. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means this angle is formed at angle B. We named it. Is congruent to angle C. Okay. So this is it. So first, with the help of the definition of the perpendicular lines, we can write this sentence here. Okay. And then I explain you how we did that, and you can write it with the help of by applying the definition of the congruency. You can write this. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Look at the next theorem. What it says. It says that it's congruent supplement theorem. If two angles are supplementary to the same angle, if they are supplementary to the same angle, very important that, very important. Okay, if two angles are supplementary to the same angle or to the congruent angles, if two angles are congruent, that means they are same angles at the same time. Then they are congruent. So what we have to do? Consider there is an angle, okay, and there are two angles that are supplementary to that, and we have to prove that those two angles are congruent. Let me explain it to you. For example, um, okay, can you give me the definition of supplementary angles?
When an angle it measures up to 180 degrees.
180 degrees. Excellent. Okay, for example, let's take this is the angle.
So it would.
I named that angle B. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then take two angles that are supplementary to this angle now. Now I have to take two angles which are supplementary to this angle B. What does that mean? That means I have to take another angle. I'm taking it
That
with
would
that.
make it that would make it 180 degrees.
Yeah, this is angle C and this is supplementary to angle B, and I'm taking another angle. Let's take it in any direction. I'm taking it in that direction. Okay, this is angle A, which is also supplementary to angle B. Okay? And we have to prove A and C are congruent. So I think let's come here. Since
Also, since C is congruent to B and A is also congruent to B, not congruent, supplementary to B. We have to prove that A and C are congruent to
equal,
each
yeah.
other.
So what is given?
We are given that s- um, um we
Angle
are given
C.
that angle C and angle B measure to 180 degrees.
No, we are not given that. We are given that angle C and angle A are
Congruent.
no. That's what we have to prove. They are
Oh,
supplementary
or both of A and C are supplementary to angle B.
to angle. Uh, angle. Okay. And what we have to prove? We have to
That
prove
A
that angle
that A
A
and C
are
are
congruent.
congruent to each other.
Okay. Is it clear? The statement is clear that how to read the statement, how to um, get that what we are given and what we have to prove. Okay,
Okay.
it is not proof, it is proof. Okay, now let's begin our role. I'm writing statements here, and let's write there reason. Okay, first of all, the first statement is very easy, that this is obviously it is given, that is angle C and angle A
Are
are,
supplementary to B.
are supplementary to angle B.
So this would be given.
Yeah. Okay. Now that means angle C plus angle B, they add up to 180 degree, right?
Right.
But we have to write the measures of them. That means measure
The measurements
of angle
angle
C
C and
and
plus
measurement,
of angle B is equal to 180.
and similarly we can write measure of angle A plus measure of angle B add up to,
180.
okay, this how could I get that? How can I get that? By the definition
Because
of,
by the definition of the supplementary angle
yes,
or
triangles. Is it clear?
yeah.
Okay. Now, very easy. Can you see that the left side, right sides are equal? Okay. So this is a one sentence equals to the other one. One sentence is equals to the other one, and the right sides are equal. So I can apply the transitive property of equality. Okay. So that means measure of the angle C plus measure of angle B, that is equals to measure of angle A plus measure of angle B. How? By the transitive property of
Equality.
transitive property, okay, of
Oh,
angles basically. This is the property of angles, not okay.
oh, okay.
Now you can see this measure angle B is present in both sides, right? So I can
Mm-hmm.
cancel out this one. That means measure
Measure
angle
angle C
C
is equal
equal,
to measure angle A
okay, this is cancellation property
of angle.
of equality.
Oh,
Measure angle is a number, no?
because since both measure angle B's were present in both sides, it'll
Hmm.
cancel out.
Yeah. So, okay. So if they both are equal, that means they both are congruent to each other
Congruent. So then this would be
by the definition of.
congruency.
Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's how we can prove this. Okay. Very easy result, but with too much logics. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. You can get this proof also here. Now look at the congruent complements theorem. Here in the previous one we used the supplementary angles. Now we are
So
given
the
with the
all three angles are uh add
no.
up to 90 or no?
What are the complementary angles?
Or 90 degrees. Oh, so two
Uh,
angles are the same, and so
okay, let me explain
wait,
you the statement. If two
angle.
angles are complementary to the sum angle or congruent angles, then they are congruent. Similarly, as we did in the previous result, we will prove this theorem that we will consider two angles. Okay, we will
Mhm.
consider them that they are complementary to some other angle. Okay, and then by using that result, by using that property, we will prove them that they are congruent. So easy,
Congruent. Right?
they are congruent. So easy, very easy. If two angles are complementary angles, I think let me just give you the hint from this one. We will be given that they are complementary angles. Okay, if they are
Mm-hmm.
complementary angles, their sum would be
90 degrees.
okay. Then by the same method, we can apply the transitive property. Okay.
But then this wouldn't be the definition of supplementary equals. It
Yeah,
would be
there would be the supplement
uh
definition of the
it would
complementary.
be complementary.
Yeah, we will apply the same definition here. We can cancel out them. That means they both will become congruent. So I think it is the analog of the previous theorem, right?
Right, but instead of 180 or it being supplementary, it's complementary.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now there is another statement which is about the postulate. Do you have any idea what does the mean of theorem and what is the difference between postulate and a theorem?
No.
So theorems are basically the statements uh, that can be proven true using logics. Okay. For example, the previous statements we proved them with the help of logics. Okay. And the postulates are the statements that usually, I'm not saying it will true every time. I'm using the word usually. They are they accept it true without their proofs. Means they are general results. Okay, without proof, we can take them that they are true. Okay,
Okay.
they are called postulates. And basically, what are the reason of the postulates? Um, they are mainly used in proving the theorems. They are mainly used in proving a theorem. For example, we were using a result that if measure of angle A is equals to measure of angle B, then angle A is congruent to angle B, right? How you got that? This is basically the axiom or the axioms from the given definition, right? So we make them, we consider that it was true, right? And same in terms of the proofs, theorems, there are some results that we consider them that they are true, and then on based on those results, we are going to prove some results. Okay, so there is a very interesting theorem. Um, what it says, it is a postulate. We will use it in theorem number 2.6. Okay, so the postulate is if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. Now, what does the mean? Linear pair means? What does it mean? What is a linear pair? What does it mean? Linear pair means adjacent angles. Okay. What does the mean of linear pair? They are used to represent adjacent angles. Now there is a question: what are the adjacent angles? Two angles are said to be adjacent angles. Okay, if they share a common arm. If they are sharing a common, they have a common arm, and their sum is 180 degree, we will call them that they are adjacent angles. Okay. For example, if you look at the angle 1 and angle 2, they are sharing this arm. This is common between them, right? Is it clear? So when two angles are called linear pair, or when they call them adjacent angles, when they share a common arm. Okay. Okay, so now you can easily see that how I'm just giving you a reasoning for that postulate, that the total angle of the line is 180, right?
Right.
And we divided that 180 degree into two parts, angle 1 and angle 2. So that means it is very obvious that when we add them, we will get 180 again. Simple. We are given with the total of 180, we divide it into two equal parts, and now when we will add them, we will get 180 again. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. So this is just a postulate. Now we will use it to prove that the next theorem. The next theorem is very important, and uh, we will use it. We have many applications related to that. Okay, we will use it in our future problems when we are solving the geometrical problems using the theorems. Then this theorem will help us out. Okay. Vertical angles congruence theorem. Very small statement and very important theorem that vertical angles are congruent. That vertical angles are congruent. Okay.
Hmm.
Now there is a question: what are the vertical angles? So the angles formed by the intersection of two lines. If this is one line, this is another
Hmm.
line, and they are intersecting. Okay, so these angles are known as vertically opposite vertical angles, and usually we use the term vertical opposite angles. These two angles are congruent. This one and this one, and this one and this one are congruent. We have to prove that. First, I will provide you with the two-column proof, and then I will tell you how to convert a two-column proof into a paragraph. Okay. So I'm writing it here. Consider this is the geometry. Okay. We are given with vertical angles. Let's name them. This is angle 1. This one is angle 2. This one is angle 3. And this one is angle 4. Okay. So, first of all, what are we given with?
Don't be too much popcorn.
We are given that angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4 are vertical angles. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And we have to prove that the vertical angles are congruent. Okay. Now, if I consider this line, the line that I am highlighting, as a straight line, then you can see that these two angles are adjacent angles. But we have to prove, let me just tell you. So to prove, we have to prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 and angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Okay, that's what we have. So let's make the statements. And let's write the statements. And okay, first of all, we are given with a very basic statement. I think there is no need to write that. Now you can see angle 1 and angle 2 are on the same line. I'm naming this line as L1. Okay, so our linear pair angle. So you can say that angle 1 plus angle 2,
Angle
that
2 are linear
there's
pair.
are linear pair, so their angle sum is 180 degree because angle 1 angle 2 are adjacent or linear pair angles. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, angle 2, again I forgot to write the measure. So measure of angle 1 and 2. Measure of angle 3 and measure of angle 4 are linear pair, so their sum will also be
Be 180 degrees.
okay. Measure of angle 3 and plus measure of angle 4, this is also 180 degree, right? By same reasoning, angle 3 and angle 4 are
Linear pairs.
linear pairs. Okay, now let's consider this one as a main line. I'm naming this line L2. So with this angle, angle 2 and angle 3 are also linear pair angles, right? And angle 1 and angle 4 are linear pair angles. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that means measure angle 2 plus
1 and
measure angle 3. I'm writing for this purpose. It's 180 because angle 2 and angle 3 are
Linear pairs.
linear pair angles, and similarly measure of the angle 1 plus measure of the angle 4 is 180 degree, because angle 1 and angle 4 are linear pair
Linear.
angles. Okay, now look at this. From this equation and from this equation, let's name them 1, 2, 3, and 4. From equation 1 and 4, you can see I can apply the transitive property that the right sides are equal, so the left would be equal, right? So from that one, I can write measure angle 1 plus measure of the angle 2, that is equals to measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 4 by
And then also measure
transitive,
of
by transitive property. Okay, so now I can apply the cancellation property. Okay, so I can get measure of the angle 2 is equals to measure of angle 4, because measure of angle 1 is present on both sides, right? So I can
right.
apply the cancellation property. Okay, now that means angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Okay, so by definition,
Of congruency.
yeah. Similarly, we can get from equation 2 and equation 3, and by applying the
Measure.
transitive property, measure of the angle 3 plus measure of the angle 4, that is equals to measure of the angle 2 plus measure of the angle 3. Okay, so I can cancel out. What is my next target? Wait a second. Now I have to do 1 is congruent to 3. So I have to take both of them of 4, which 4 is common.
Equation number 4 and equation number 2.
Equation number 4 and equation number 2. Right, exactly. So in equation number 2,
Is
we have 3 and 4, and now I have to write 1 and 4, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Um,
You have to change this 3 to 4.
1 and 3. So 1 and 3. Yeah, this will turn into exactly. Okay. So now again by the cancellation property, I can get measure angle 3 is equals to measure angle 1. So that means angle 3 is congruent to angle 1. Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's how we can prove that whenever two angles are vertical angles, the vertical opposite angles are congruent. Now, this is a very lengthy proof, right? Now we can apply it, write it in a paragraph proof. Here you can see it's 7, angle 7, 5, 6 are given. We have to prove angle 5 and 7 are congruent. So what they said? They said angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical angles formed by the intersecting lines as shown in the diagram. Angle 5 and angle 6 are linear pairs, so angle 5 and angle 6 and angle 7 are linear pair. You can consider this line as your baseline. Once you can take angle 7 and 6 are linear pair, and if you take this as your main line, you can say 1, 5 and 6 are your linear pair angles, right?
Yes.
Then by linear pair postulate 5, 5 and 6 are supplementary and 6 and 7 are supplementary. What does that mean? 5 and 6 are supplementary means 5.
Their angle measures up to 180 degrees.
Yes, and measure angle 6 is 180 and measure angle 6 plus measure angle 7, their sum is 180, right? So we can, when we equate them, we can cancel out 6 and 6 and we will get 5 is equals to 7, right? So by the congruent supplements theorem, angle 5 is equals to angle 7. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever two angles are, what is, they apply the theorem and congruent supplement theorem. What does that mean? If two angles are congruent to a third angle, sorry, if two angles are supplementary to the third angle, right? Then the the first two angles are congruent. You can recall its congruent supplementary. If two angles are supplementary to to same angle, or the congruent angles, they are congruent. Or even though we can write that step and we can get that. So this is a paragraph method. Okay? So there are different ways we are dealing in which we can prove a statement. The first one was two-column method. The second one was flowchart method, and the third one is paragraph. Okay, so it's up to you. It's your choice. Whatever in which you are feeling comfortable, you can go with that method. Okay.
Okay.
Paragraph proof is shorter, but it is very descriptive manner. Flowchart is much easier, and two-column is the easiest way to prove any theorem. Usually the professionals, like in our PhD, we are writing the paragraph proofs, and usually the students at your age, they are comfortable in two-column proofs. Okay. Look at the questions now. By applying those theorems, we have some questions. Use the diagram and give an angle measure to find the other three angle measures.
So if measure angle 1 is
It's
equal to
107.
117,
Hmm.
and since
That means measure angle 3 will be equals to,
117,
yeah. Okay.
then
If
since
measure this
since
angle will
all
become equals to, angle 4 will become equals to 180 minus 117, right? Which is 63,
63, yeah.
and angle 2 will also
63.
become equals to 63. Okay, okay, now how to write it in a proper manner? This is also, we have to write it in manner. So as measure angle 1 equals to 117, and measure angle 1 equals to measure angle
Measure
3,
angle
so they both are equals to 70, and measure angle 1 plus measure angle 4, they
2
are,
is, well,
or
4
2,
is equal to 180 degrees.
okay, so that means measure angle 4 will become equals to 180 minus 117, which is equals to
63.
63 degrees, okay, and then
Since measure angle 4
hence
is
measure
equal
angle
to
4 equals to measure angle 2, and there will
measure
be on.
angle 2 would also be 63 degrees.
Okay. Similarly, you can solve question. We will solve question number 5 and question number 6. Okay, but with the same manner. Let's first solve question number 7. What it says? It says that find the value of W. How can we find that? Very easy.
Since since
Since
5W plus 3 is
mm,
congruent to 93, they would be equal to each other.
yeah, they are 98. It is not 93. It is 98. Okay,
Oh,
so
right.
they are equal because these are the angle values. So they are equal. We can subtract 3 on both sides. Okay, so we will get 5W equals to
No,
98,
95.
95 degree. Okay, and then dividing both of them with 5. That will lead us to
19 degrees.
okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Excellent. Now please
So
solve
will we
question
have
number
to,
6.
for this, would we find the missing angle for here?
No, no, there is no need. For question number 7, they said that find the value of W. Okay, we only have to find the angle, the measure of W. Please solve question number 4. If measure angle 4 equals to 88, yeah, solve it on the diagram. Okay, excellent.
88. 92.
92, 90 and 90. Okay, okay, correct, correct. Excellent. Now remove them and solve question number 5.
121 degrees.
121. Okay, excellent. I think it's been enough for today, right?